Good morning, everyone. So I am going to start putting around 20 to 30 minute videos on Instagram and YouTube for you to flow with me. And I recently had breast cancer. I had a double mastectomy reconstruction and then went through chemo. And my surgery was in August. And then, I didn't, because the chemo built up strength enough. So as I start, this is going to be catered to anyone that's been through anything like that, or someone who's just starting yoga would love these flows, because we're going to work on building the upper body strength again, being really cautious of the shoulders, the lats, and the pecs. So here we go. Let's start in a child's pose. So bring the big toes to touch. Let's spread the knees out wide. And we're going to take the hands and walk them forward, bringing forehead on the mat. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Another inhale. And exhale. Next inhale, we're going to come up to a tabletop position. So you're going to make sure knees are right under hips. The wrists are lined up at the top of the mat. And we're going to let the belly fall, gaze will go up, squeeze those shoulder blades together, and exhale, chin to chest, navel in and up like a scared cat, sending shoulder blades to the sky. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. A couple more rounds here. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Belly falls. Gaze goes up. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Throat stretch. Exhale. Chin to chest. Curve the spine all the way up. Fingertips are pressed in the mat. And back to a neutral spine. And let's do some full body circles. And you may want to even widen the stance of the hands here. We'll do a couple to the right. And this is your chance to have a free form of whatever you want to do here. And then you can go to the left. Just kind of move around, opening the lower back. Whatever feels good. And come back to that tabletop. All right, let's take this right arm and we're going to inhale it. Elbow is going to lead up. And then we're going to turn, bringing that right arm up. And exhale, lower. Same thing with the left. We'll lead with that left elbow up, and then we're going to open. First thing in the morning for me, I'm definitely feeling tight. We're going to do this a couple of times. Bring that right elbow up. Turn the heart to the right. Inhale, lift that right arm. I can already tell a difference in range of motion from doing it once. Left elbow up. And then reach that left hand up and then lower down. Now let's switch it up and take that right elbow up again, right arm up, and then we're going to thread it through, bringing that right ear to the mat. You can extend this left arm forward if you like, and then make sure the hips don't fall to the left. You want to keep them in the center. Inhale. And exhale. So if the ear does not make it to the mat comfortably, take a block and you can place your ear on the block. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. I'm going to take this left hand, slide it closer to my ear, and then pick this right arm up one more time. Let's open that chest, that shoulder. And lower down. All right, opposite side. Left elbow up, turn, lift that left arm up, and let's thread it through. Left ear to mat. Extend that right hand. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Another inhale. And exhale, let's bring that right hand closer to the ear. We'll take this left arm, Up, one more time. And back down into table. So we're gonna take the right leg back, ball of the foot on the mat, and we're gonna press through the heel, getting a good calf stretch. So keep the navel in, we wanna keep it tight here. Inhale. Exhale, and then you want your neck to be relaxed so gaze can be long. Maybe just at the top of the mat. Inhale. Exhale, right knee back, and then we'll extend that left foot back. Ball of the foot on the mat, pressing through that heel, your navel's in. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Another breath. And back here. So we're gonna transition into puppy pose, which is a really nice stretch for the shoulders. So keep your waist right over the knees like this. So that's in table, and you're gonna take the hands and walk them forward. And then ideally, chin to the mat. I used to be able to do that, I'm working my way back, but you can also take forehead to the mat. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath. And then we'll come back to table. And let's go ahead and go for a down dog. So for down dog, let's look at the hands, wrists are straight like the top of the mat. The whites of the fingertips are gonna press through. That's how, when you're pressing your fingers through, you wanna see the whites of the fingertips. So there's a major grip, especially in the thumb, index, middle finger. We're gonna curl the toes, start to lift the knees, tailbones going straight to the sky. Knees can stay bent, and you're gonna feel that flat back. Gaze goes to top of the thighs, and then you're gonna press the heels down. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale, lifting that tailbone high. And the shoulder blades are gonna go wide, and they're going down the back. Feel that opening. Tailbone lifts, pressing the heels down. And then we're gonna rise up on those tippy toes on the next inhale. Bend the knees, gaze is gonna go forward. At the bottom of that exhale, just start to walk the feet to the hands. Feet are gonna be hip distance apart. A way to gauge that is having the wrist or the fist and place it right in between. There you go. And then we're gonna hang out in a ragdoll. Let me take my sweater off. I'm cold, but it's starting to get in the way of my yoga practice. Okay, so we're gonna grab opposite elbows, hang out in a ragdoll here. Rocking back and forth. You really wanna root through the feet. Once your body trusts that you're rooted, your head's gonna get closer and closer to the mat. Feeling the opening through the spine, the shoulder blades, the neck. And exhale. Then we're gonna release the hands down. Feet can stay hip distance apart if you have lower back issues. If not, go ahead and bring the big toes to touch. The heels would touch, but they can't because of the ankles. So that's how close the feet are together. We're gonna bring the navel in, lift all the way up. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale down by the side. So we're gonna go through some sun salutations that are modified, that are kind of in Ashtanga style. So we're gonna inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. I'll turn around so you can see. Inhale up halfway, bring the heels of the hands right under the knees. You don't want to press on the knees and probably not over the knees. A good spot is right under the knees. So you want to find a flat back and your head is going to go straight forward. You should feel a stretch in the hamstrings and the calf. Back feels flat. And we're going to exhale, lower down, hands on mat, step back into plank. So everybody can do the plank. You want to lift the thighs, navels in, press the heels back, really strong plank. We're going to lower knees down, and then what we're going to do is inch forward. Don't use too much arm muscle. If it hurts you, you can just go ahead and fall down. We're going to modify by going into a Sphinx pose. So this is going to give our abs a stretch, opening the heart, and the tops of the feet stay on the mat. Inhale, lift that heart. And then exhale, we'll lower the heart down. Hands can go back. Keep the elbows in, and then we'll gently push ourselves up, taking a child's pose. Take one breath, inhale. And exhale. Coming back to table, and then back to down dog. Curl the toes, lift that tailbone high. One breath together here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, rise up on tippy toes, bend knees. We're gonna look forward, exhale, feet to hands. Inhale up halfway, heels of the hands right under the knees. There you go, finding that flat back. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Arms go up. Exhale, hands by the side. Okay, let's do that one more time. Inhale, lift. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, hands on mat, step back into plank. One breath in our plank, navel in, we're lifting through the thighs, press the heels back, and then we can lower down onto our knees. Inch forward, lower all the way down, and you want to inch forward enough so ideally the elbow is right over the wrist. And then, let's get back a little. We're going to take our hands, slide them forward, elbows under shoulders. Inhale, lift the heart here. And then exhale, we'll take the hands, slide them back, curl the toes, child's pose. Inhale. And exhale. Next inhale, walk to table. And then down dog, curl toes. Press those fingertips in the mat, lift that tailbone high. All right, so let's play around here, lifting that right leg up. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, lift that left leg up. Exhale, lower it down. This time, lift that right leg up, press the left heel down. You're gonna bend the knee, open the hips here, lifting that right knee as high as you can. And then notice I was even bending my left elbow. Keep the arms straight as you can here. And then we're gonna lower that right leg down. Inhale that left leg, both arms stay equally strong. Bend the knee, stack the hip. Inhale, exhale, lower down. One more time, inhale, lift that right leg. We're gonna bring the right foot between the hands. If it doesn't easily go there and it's halfway, just take your hand, pick it up, and place it there. The other option is to go into table and bring that right foot between for a transition. So we're gonna inhale, lift the hands to the heart, and then what you're gonna do is, we're gonna take the arms, inhale them straight up, and then we're gonna bring the elbows down, squeezing the lats together. Inhale, make the arms a Y. We're gonna open so you can feel that pec stretch, and then bring it back down again. Again, let's go into Y. Open that heart to the sky, feel that pec stretch, and then bring the elbows down again. Now let's bring the arms all the way up. Inhale. You can almost bring the hands to touch or shoulder distance apart. And then we're gonna frame that right foot, step back into plank. We're gonna lift the thighs, press the heels back, navel in, and then lower knees down, inch forward, drop down, elbows under shoulders, lift the heart in Sphinx pose. Exhale, lower back down. Line up the wrists right under the elbows. Make sure they're tight and squeezed together. Curl the toes, back up, and then child's pose. Exhale. All right, next inhale, we're gonna come into table. Curl toes, down dog. Inhale. Exhale. Now we'll inhale, lift that left leg. We'll bring that left foot between the hands. Lower that right knee down. And bring the hands to the heart. Same thing on this side. We're gonna take the arms straight up. And then let's bring the elbows down, squeeze those lats together. And then inhale. Oh, let's make the Y. Open that heart, and then we'll squeeze. And then make that Y. Open the heart, and squeeze. Making that Y one more time, And then we'll take the arms shoulder distance apart. Hands can touch or keep them shoulder distance apart. And then we're gonna frame that left foot. Step back into your plank. Hold that plank. Shoulders are over wrist. Navel in, thighs are lifted. Press heels back. Lower knees down. Inch forward. Lower down. Shoulders are going down the back. Squeeze the elbows in. And then bring the elbows right under shoulders. Tops of feet on mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down. Hands are gonna go. And if your shoulder starts to hurt in any way, you know, don't bring the hands all the way back. Go ahead and keep them kind of at the shoulders or a little forward and just pick yourself, or you can do it actually from Sphinx pose and you can just go right, walk yourself back into child's pose this way. And then you shouldn't feel anything in your shoulders. And I say that because I've had some pain in mine. Inhale. And exhale. And then we're gonna go to table. So something fun, we're gonna do side body stretch, a little core work. Take that right knee behind the right wrist. Take that left foot and line it up. Left hand right on your hip here. So heart is gonna be shining towards the left side. Then you're gonna take that left arm. Whoops, I almost lost my balance. Turn the palm to face the front of the room, and we're gonna extend that bicep by the ear. Take an inhale. Gaze can go slightly up, or if you need to look forward, if down if you need to. One more breath. And then we'll take that left hand down, left knee behind that left wrist, right foot behind, right hand on the hip. Shine the heart to the right side. Inhale, lift that right arm. Palm's gonna face the mirror, and then extend overhead. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Back into table. We're gonna do one more flow, down dog. One breath here, inhale. Exhale. Rise up on tippy toes. Bend knees, gaze forward. We'll take the feet, walk them to the hands. We'll hang out in a ragdoll for 2 breaths. Inhale and exhale. Releasing the hands, heel toe the feet together, lifting all the way up. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, hands by the side. Let's take the fist. We're gonna make fists with our hands and place it on our lower back. Kind of squeeze those elbows together. Root through the feet. Thighs are very strong, so strong. If someone were to push you, you wouldn't go anywhere. So you are rooted in the mat. You're gonna inhale, lift that heart. Exhale, lifting the heart to the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, there we go. And then we're gonna go ahead and bend the knees. Sitting down in a chair pose. Take those palms, flip them up like you're making an offering to the sky. Lift, inhale. Exhale, sit down a little deeper. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then we're gonna go ahead, go right into a seat. Transitioning into a bridge pose. Fingertips are almost touching the back of the heels, or they're grazing the back of the heels. What we're gonna do is hold the edge of the mat, or arms can stay by the side. You're gonna lift that pelvis up. So you're either holding the edge of the mat, don't turn your neck once you're in this pose. You want to look to the ceiling. You can walk the arms underneath. You can interlace the fingers, walking the shoulders underneath. Holding bridge, one breath, inhale. Exhale. Another way is elbows can be on the mat and fingertips are facing the ceiling. You can also do it this way. And we're gonna do a march. This is for some core work. You're gonna lift, right leg and left leg. Right leg, left leg. Right leg, left leg. Right leg, left leg, one more on each side. And your hips can be as high as you need them to be. And then we're gonna lower down. Lifting the feet straight up in the air. Either holding onto the hamstrings or arms can go out relaxed. 10 breaths here. And you can even let the feet rest on one another. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. So if you get tired, you can always grab your thighs. One more breath. And then we're gonna bring the thighs into the chest. Big toes are gonna touch. It's a reverse child's pose. So we'll grab onto the shins, guide them towards our body. Big toes are touching. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And then make your way into a Shavasana. Extending the feet, palms up. You could always place one hand on belly and one hand on the heart. Thank you for practicing with me today. Enjoy your Shavasana. Namaste.